Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello and welcome people to Footy JUDGEMO. We're here to talk about Chelsea youth project. Another youngster signed by Chelsea, and Michael Olise chose to go somewhere else other than the Premier League club Chelsea, which is, I thought that he's absolutely going to be at Chelsea July 1st. But apparently Chelsea cannot pay the money for him. Chelsea cannot afford the wages. This is a new thing that we have seen in the Premier League, where Premier League clubs cannot compete. Is that PSR problem? Is that what Premier League clubs don't want to do? Is that what Premier League clubs are fighting? We're here with Shez. Of course, we're going to be talking about Chelsea. We're going to be talking about the project, the expectations for next season, of course. So big up everybody that joined us. Make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit that like button now. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let's get to 100 likes, of course. And I want to know what you think. But first, before Shez joins, he's here, but he just not has his camera on for whatever reason. He's going to be joining us. Listen, to be honest with you, I genuinely thought that Michael Olise would be joining Chelsea on July 1st. I thought it's all about the money and they can't spend in June and all this stuff. But me looking at it at the current moment, I actually think it's not only the money issue. I think it's also the Champions League problem. When Chelsea agreed personal terms with him, there was no Champions League football, right? There was no club with a Champions League that is in for him. There was Manchester United, Newcastle, and Chelsea. Once Bayern Munich came on the line and they wanted to sign the guy, Michael Olise didn't think. He's like, no, I'm not joining Chelsea. I will be joining Bayern Munich. And I think that is what happened. I genuinely think that is what happened. What happened is Chelsea cannot compete with a club like Bayern Munich in terms of, forget the finances. It's also they cannot compete with them in terms of Champions League prestige, right? Let me just text Ches to see if he's here or not. My point about this is very simple. Good afternoon, everyone that joined, of course, from This Is Football, from HUSAM stream. Big up everybody that joined us. Make sure to hit that like button if you just joined. I actually think that Chelsea project is not as attractive sometimes for someone like Michael Olise. What happened last season with Chelsea when they were they able to attract the likes of Caicedo? You know what I mean? They were able to convince Cole Palmer to join them. That doesn't, it's not as attractive as before. Like, there is a lot of unknowns about this Chelsea project. There is the unknown of Maresca, the PSR, the FFP, and all the stuff that is happening at Chelsea at the current moment. Ches is gonna be here. I'm not sure. Maybe he got a work call or something. Maybe he got a work call. But listen, we're just gonna talk about Chelsea. Also, so they sold Ian Matson, hoping that they're gonna get Michael Olise, because yeah, they said we're gonna sell Lewis Hall, we're gonna sell Ian Matson, this and that, right? But at the end, come on, people, with the Arnautovic scored yesterday. Arnautovic scored. So they sold Ian Matson, they got the money for Lewis Hall, right? And they didn't want to pay the money for Duran, hoping that they can sign Michael Olise. I'm now thinking it's not the money thing. It's all about when a club that is more prestigious than Chelsea, which has Champions League, came on the line, the guy just chose them. It's as simple as that. And Chelsea said, we are not willing to top their offer. Now, I was just watching a video now that I was sent by Martin, that basically the salary, the PSR thing is another problem for Chelsea, that they couldn't compete. The Premier League clubs will be under the PSR thing, and they won't be able to exceed certain wage limit, while Bayern Munich can. But I'm here, of course, Ches is here, and I want to get, like, hit that like button, people. Let's get to 100 likes right away. We're only on 50 likes, over 200 people here. Hit that like button, people. Ches, when you read the news, were you like surprised, or were you like, okay, Bayern Munich is there?
Oh, you know what it is? Big up Mo, big up the chat, yeah. I wasn't surprised. You know why? Because, you know, Mo, you probably seen on the articles Fabrizio and all the team were releasing, they were saying the same thing for a whole week. Do you know what I'm saying? They were saying the same. They were like, Chelsea are pushing hard. They're the front runners. Chelsea are really pushing. Chelsea trying to agree personal terms. You saw it, right? On the timeline.
Yeah.
People in the chat, Chelsea are pushing for da. So that indicated to me there was an issue, because you didn't need to push this long for the guy to agree if he wants to join your club. So he's probably waiting for Bayern Munich or a better offer to come in. And like you just said, this whole conversation is so overblown. I was listening to you and HUSAM, some of the massive agenda months earlier on other shows as well. Yeah, bro, this conversation is so overblown. Every Chelsea fan is disappointed that we didn't get Olise. That's a fact. We're not happy. I'm not going to say like, yeah, Mo, yeah, come on, man. We didn't get Olise, yes. But at the same time, this talk about the money, the pull, we didn't get the player. He just chose a better option. I said it on the show yesterday. I said, Mo, you can agree with me. Olise wouldn't choose any club over Bayern other than Man City. Man City is the only club in the league I think he would choose Bayern over. The only club. And then you go to me, what do you mean? What do you mean by that? Are Liverpool guaranteed to win major trophies? No. Are Arsenal guaranteed to win major trophies, Mo? No.
No, I'm gonna counter what you say and say one thing. But Caicedo joined your club last season.
That proves my point. That it's just the
No,
ownership.
that doesn't.
No, it does. I'll tell you why
Because
it does.
last season you were not more attractive than Liverpool. Do you think last season you were more attractive than Liverpool?
Oh yeah, cool. So you know what? That's a good point. You make.
No, Shed,
What's-
let's be realistic here. This is not Rivals Rumble, please.
No, I'm not
You
being.
weren't more
I'm not being
attractive. Liverpool
serious.
played
No, you need.
Liverpool last
Oh,
season. Were
you're
more
not able
attractive.
to press. You're not able to press me. You need to answer my
No, I
question.
am not trying to press you. I'm trying to have an objective conversation with you.
So am I. But you said I'm being shameless. I'm actually not. You said that.
You literally think that you were more attractive than Liverpool last season. Like when you presented
No, that's what I'm. That proves my point. Because I'm going to answer your question. How did we get Caicedo last season, man? I
How
need you
much?
to tell me.
Say that again.
How did we get Caicedo over Liverpool, over other clubs?
You did the leg work, or you agreed with him terms and stuff. So he chose, and you offered him 8-year contract, and he got him.
Cool. So it wasn't really the money because we all came out. The money very similar. It was literally just the fact he had agreement
How
with
is
us.
the money very similar? I'm sorry.
The money that Liverpool offered for 5 years was similar to what we offered over the 8 years. So people would argue and
I
go,
didn't know that. I'm not
yeah,
gonna. I'm not
money.
gonna
That's what I'm
fact
saying.
check behind. I'm
Fact
not gonna.
check this, and the Mudryk thing is the Mudryk saga is the Arsenal fans even admitted it. The Mudryk saga is exactly the same. Chelsea offered better terms to what club is it? Dynamo. What's the
Dynamo Kiev.
Yeah, Dynamo Kiev. We offered better terms in terms of the structure, but the money to Mudryk was very similar. It was just the club wanting to deal with Chelsea more because the payment.
So what you're telling me is that Chelsea were more attractive than Liverpool last season?
No, what I'm telling you is the player, despite Liverpool being in Champions League, despite the fact they're a bigger club, he still chose us because of the project.
Liverpool were not in the Champions League, but fine.
No. They were in Champions League before that. They weren't in Champions League. They weren't in Champions League last season.
Shakhtar, I'm sorry. Shakhtar
Yeah.
Donetsk.
Shakhtar Donetsk, that's the one. Yeah. So my point is this, yeah. Situation is very, very simple. People can laugh I didn't get Olise, but the whole reasoning behind it is where it's actually not that deep. If we didn't get Olise because you went Newcastle, because you went Man U, that's an L. That's a massive L. He chose Newcastle's project and Man United project over Chelsea's. Choosing Bayern Munich over Chelsea, Bayern Munich over Arsenal, Bayern Munich Man United isn't an L. It's still funny for rivals, but I don't see it as an L. Like you just said before, you said in yesterday's stream is the money and they persuaded you and changed your opinion. Now this stream, you actually agree and go, you know what?
And actually, it's the other way. They persuaded me that Bayern is just a better project.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a better club.
Bayern's a bigger club than us.
But also you could have offered him more money. Are you not worried that you could have?
No. That's the part where I'm not worried because literally David Ornstein came out yesterday and said, "Now I'll quote this, yeah, for Mo and everyone else." This is what he said. He said this: the Chelsea hierarchy are aiming to create a more disciplined wage structure because it was really high before Roman was here than in the past. So if a transfer target does not fit into what they can do, they'd rather reward existing players, Parma, Enzo's, who outperform over time or invest in new elite talent, the Estevals, on more reasonable salaries. So what that means is Chelsea would rather have a Parma overperform, give him 220, 250k, then bring another guy who's got less experience in the club for the same money. That doesn't mean that's the rule for everybody. That doesn't mean that every single signing we're going to get has to follow that rule because there'll be exceptions. Olise, for me, would be an exception in my opinion. If I was talking to the board, I'll say to them, bro, Olise's cold, I would pay him 200k a week. But their logic behind not doing that, if we're going by the money argument, makes sense. I don't think it's about the money though.
It is. So I counter that. Alex Crook said that one of the problems at Chelsea is PSR. He literally said that this is the guy that does.
That's not what I'm hearing from different outlets. So that's one outlet.
Bro, but the club themselves said we didn't want to pay
him
the
wage.
Saying
that to make Olise look like the bad guy. That's PR.
Okay.
That's PR. Oh, guys, we didn't get rejected. Well, we did get rejected, but Olise wanted too much money. What do you want us to do? That's PR. But the irony is, when Chelsea's PR backs a narrative, people believe it. Chelsea have no money. They don't want to pay.
So what do you believe? Why didn't Olise go?
I just simply believe in this instance, Olise just chose a better option.
Okay, but there are ways. Okay, so to go to this, what are the better options? So okay, so if Chelsea go for every top player and Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City go for them, Do you think you can compete with them then?
No, if we were within
I'm
the Premier,
talking to you. Do you think so? Okay, you go to any top player tomorrow. You wanna better your squad, and you go to a top player, right? If you're saying it's not the money thing, which is your words, not mine, right? It's not mine. If that happens, are you better than Arsenal? Can you compete with Man City? Can you compete with
we've
Liverpool?
already competed with Arsenal with Madrid, and we got him. So that's
Okay,
out
so
of the
you
water.
think so? You still think
No,
so?
no, no,
You
no,
still
no, no,
think
no.
so?
What I think is what we
I'm
know is
not
fact.
trying to do. I'm just trying to understand.
No, you asked me a question. You
Yeah,
don't,
go ahead. Go ahead.
You've asked me a question.
You asked me another question.
No, you've asked me a question, and you
Yes.
don't need to ask me because you've already
I'm
seen
not
the
gonna
evidence.
answer. Go ahead.
No, we've already seen the evidence. Mudryk chose Chelsea over Arsenal, who were at that point going for a Premier League. Caicedo chose Chelsea over Liverpool, who at that point just finished 12th. Why did those things happen? People go to me, oh yeah, but you paid money. So is it the money then or not? Because back then we could pay the money, now all of a sudden we can't. That's strange, isn't it? So we had money for
Actually,
Mudryk.
that's true. Last season you could pay the money. This season you can't.
No, that's what I'm saying to you. You can't make those statements 1 week into a window. That's my whole point. If this happens 3 times, 2 times, Elise Somerville, Elise Williams. Williams is a lot of money anyway. Everyone can agree with that objectively. He's on 250k a week. He's at 19 years old. Objectively, it's a lot of money, right? Fair enough. If it happens many times, then you can ask me the question, go, Chairs, what the hell? 3 signings now. You didn't want to pay the 220k. That's an issue, no? 1 signing this has happened, which suits the biased confirmation of you have no money that Chelsea pushed out, equals Chelsea are broke. They can't compete with top talents. You should be worried now, Ches. 1 exception doesn't make my rule. So I'm not panicking if the ownership go to them and go, you know what? You're a cold player. We've already got right wingers in the club. You're definitely an upgrade. But the thing you're asking for, we don't have Champions League. So we're going to have to overcompensate and pay you more money.
But Champions League was not there before when you agreed personal terms with him.
But we never agreed personal terms with him. He's the reason why we didn't agree personal. We agreed personal terms. We've been in blue shirt, bro. That's the whole reason why Fabrizio's coming out every single day going, they're trying to push. They're trying to agree. Because they're getting close, but not close enough. We don't have Champions League. My point would be simple as this. If we had Champions League, he would be at Chelsea. Because we have the money to pay him. We'd have the Champions League. And he's in London. Win, win, win. The problem is, we have the money.
Even if Bayern Munich are there, even if Bayern Munich
if Bayern Munich were there.
Yeah, but the fact is, if you said a lot of ifs, if we have Champions League, but the fact is, you don't have Champions League.
That's why we didn't get him. That's what I'm saying.
But that brings me to the point that how can you attract top talent? If you want top talent to make Champions League, do you believe you need top talent?
We need top talent in terms of like experience and stuff like that. But if they don't want to join us right now because we're not in the Champions League, that's how it lies. That's just football. I don't really get this conversation is really weird to me because I'll say I'm quite intellectual to understand this quite simply. I think a lot of people aren't that critical thinking. I don't think the situation is that deep. If he chose Man United over Newcastle, that's a direct rival he's chosen.
Yes, that would be weird. That would be strange.
Bayern Munich are on a bit of a stratosphere to all our clubs, despite the fact they didn't win the league last season. Because next season they can easily win the league again. And Kane, Elise is looking at the right wing going, Sane's fallen off. Gnabry's not the same, getting bare injuries. He has a chance in that team. I just think there's a better option. That's me being objective. I said a few weeks ago, I can't see Bayern coming in.
But there are a lot of better options. The problem is there is a lot of better options.
Yeah, but we're talking about this
because
one.
Can I ask you a straight question?
Yeah.
Do you think Chelsea can pay the money?
What? How much? The money or the salary?
The wages. Okay, so here is the thing. I genuinely, this is my belief. I think for you to be able to compete with Arsenal, Bayern Munich, or you compete with Man City or Liverpool, you'll have to outbid them. What I mean outbid them in terms of wages, you'll have to pay higher wages. And by the way, before you come in and say last season is different than this season. Last season, a lot of players maybe thought that season before was the outlier, and Chelsea are going to go back to it with the Enzos, the Caicedos, and blah, 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 all the stuff with Nkunku and all these people. Now, these guys can look at Chelsea this season and say, Maybe that's not the case. Maybe you need to compensate us for the risk we are taking to join Chelsea. Because if
100%.
Chelsea don't make Champions League this, so the problem is based on PSR, based on the finances. Chelsea don't have the money to pay that much.
So this is that though, bro.
This is when we disagree, right? This is when we
This is
disagree.
where I disagree. We just spent 20 million on some random Aston Villa guy. We just spent this much money in Esteval coming in next year, bro. We're spending money on these young talents. Almiron, what his name is. Almiron, what his name is.
Whatever.
That guy would have wanted 50, 60, 70, 80K.
I don't know who's that guy who you guys signed from Aston Villa.
My point is, these four signings, which everyone would call unnecessary, would pay Olise's weekly wage. So my point is, we have the money. This is where people need to think a bit more like closely into things. If we don't have Champions League, we have to overcompensate for it, Mo, which we both agree, right?
Yes, you
We
have
have
to.
to pay extra, which I agreed with. The problem is that now when Olise walks into a dressing room, he's on 220, 30K a week. He's now like the fourth highest earner and proven nothing at Chelsea Football Club. Instantly, just walked in. Palmer now looks and goes, "Rah, where's my pay increase?" This player goes, "Where's my pay increase?" And it goes up. So they're just being stringent for this one particular signing where we have other right wingers. If we didn't have any right wingers and we needed him, like a Man United situation, then paying 220K for a Premier League proven.
By the way, Man United have two right wingers and you have one.
No, but they're getting rid of Sancho and Anthony. Everyone deems not good enough. So that Olise would have started for Man United. That's the point.
And Olise would have started with you 100%.
No. My point is we have other right wingers though who could fill that position. Their right wingers, Anthony.
They aren't compared to him at all. Only Cole Palmer is compared to him.
That's my point. We have Cole Palmer.
But Cole Palmer is not a right winger. You guys said it's the 10.
He would have played Cam if we got Olise. But if we don't get Olise and we get a Cam or right winger, it depends on what we get. That's all it is. He could play both.
So you don't think Olise would come to the team with full-on conclusion he's going to start on the right side?
No, he would have started on the right wing.
Yeah.
But now we don't have him. Palmer starts on the right wing. Unless we get another winger. Like a Somerville. Or I don't know if he can play right wing, Somerville. But he can. But Mariska likes one-on-one direct wingers. Palmer is good at that, or he could play the 10, so it doesn't matter. So they've got Ahmad, they've got Anthony, but both players, everyone will agree, one's very overrated, one is unproven. Olise is in the middle of that. So he would start at Man United. So them paying 220K would have made sense, right? Get a right winger in the Premier League proven, start from Manchester
220K is not that much, actually.
No, so that's what I'm saying to you. If we offer the same money as Bayern Munich, they're still better than us. They got Champions League and a bigger club. So that's what I'm saying to you. Even if we did offer 250 each, he's still weighing it up. London, Champions League. Project, Germany, I could win the league every season. It's still a debate. So even if we did offer the same money, he still could have gone Bayern. So the ownership of actually, if you think about it, done the right thing and not overpaid and gone above their precipice just for this one guy, being like, you know what, we can't get you Olise, which is an L. Is it L? Let's move it to another target, Somerville. And Somerville is the same guy that Edwards wants. And everyone rates Edwards from Liverpool. Edwards, who Chelsea tried to get. Edwards Chelsea was trying to get Edwards, who's now looking at Somerville. We're also looking at Somerville. So Edwards can rate someone, we can't. Who's to say Somerville doesn't come in and produce decent numbers for Chelsea Football Club? We don't know. Look at Palmer. Last year, I read the comments Mo, the other day. Yeah, listen to this here, Mo, yeah. I read the comments on the Palmer signing. Waste of money. Chelsea spunking money. Who's this guy? Palmer who? The guy ends up the second highest goal scorer in the Premier League. Got Young Player of the Year. So I'm saying I'm not going to make judgments on the money and the ownership until the end of the window. Because how am I supposed to know if they're going to rectify this mistake? It's hard for me to say. It's only been a week and the transfer window ends in the 2nd of September. So it's really hard for people to make, you're broke. The ownership doesn't want to go the extra mile. We literally got Caicedo last year. And people go, but that's last year's money. But that shows where we need to go the extra mile. That literally proves my point.
Guys, listen, Chez's channel is in the description, guys. Chez's channel is in the description. He is on the way. He's 130 subscribers away. From what?
And I need to get to 200 subscribers soon.
From
so I'm on 113.
What?
200. Yeah, I know what I'm saying.
Guys, he needs more subscribers. Guys, we can get him to 1K. There is about 380 people here. So you can go subscribe to Shez. Someone put Shez's channel in the description, people. Come on, people. Just do it now. Do it now. One more thing, guys. We are about 400 people here and there is no likes. You guys are not even get us to 100 likes. Let's get to 300 likes minimum for the stream before the Turkey and Portugal game. What about the selling of AM? So, to be honest, not paying the money for him, to say that we better pay the money for someone in the club. Going signing more youngsters. I'm looking at it, bro. I was on the camp of like, okay, I want to see Palmer, Olise, Jackson, and Nkunku. That's what I want to see. That front line. Me and you spoke about this. Now it's turning into people I don't know. Just name. Who's that guy you signed from Aston Villa for 20 million or 18 million? What's his name?
Kelly, something like that.
Have you ever heard of him, to be honest?
Nope.
So what is this? What is this?
No, I can't lie. The Aston Villa and the Chelsea deal, that's just PSR. That's like real life money laundering. Because they're just trying to balance their books. No, seriously, man, if you think about Everton and Newcastle doing business, Chelsea, Aston Villa, Chelsea, all clubs that wanted to back the Man City abomination of that rule. We're all just trying to save ourselves money before 30th of June. Coincidence?
Yeah, but so you're buying the
we're overinflating our youth projects, which is pro profit, to sell to each other to make money, so we're in the green line. That's why we're paying 20 million for Kelly. We have no reason to pay 20 million for a academy player if we don't need him. And now it's apparently going to be in our first team. Again, to make it all clean and look like it's healthy deal. I'm not going to read too much into Kelly. I don't think anybody should read too much into Matson. He's a good player. And he was always going to get sold because of pure profit. That's how I see that one there. I'm not going to beat that one too much. If he ends up being a baller, then so be it. If he doesn't, then we got 40 million from him, which is a lot of money. Him and Hall together.
Yeah, but you got 37 million for him and you spent 20 of these on Kelly.
No, but you're looking at like tit for tat. It's more like,
yes, I am.
But no, I'm more looking at like
you sold a youngster for profit. Okay, so here's how I'm looking at it from outside, Chez.
It's all PSR. But go on.
Hold on. This is how I'm looking at it from outside. You sold someone for 37 million, bought another one for 20 million, hoping that maybe in 2 years you'd be able to sell him for another 37 million. That's what you did.
Yeah, simply, yeah.
So it's all about the business.
That's got nothing to do with the first team. So
it's all about the business. Okay, here's the situation. Here's the situation. Lewis Hall was good. Newcastle came in. You sold him to Newcastle. That's fine. He had no place in the squad. Ian Matson had a good season at Dortmund. Should have come back, had a chance. Oh, pure profit, 37 million. Oh, let's sell him because we have Chilwell and Kukurea. We can get rid of one of them. Okay, let's sell the guy. Oh, 20 million for this youngster who's an academy prospect. Let's get him in. Hopefully he will bang and we can sell him for 30 next season or the season after. Bang. 10 million in the bank. And Olise, by the way, you want more money? We cannot offer you more money. You want Champions League? Oh, we don't have Champions League. And we cannot pay more money to offset that. So you can go to Bayern Munich. It's all about the all I said is all about the money, not about the winning.
What if Olise just wants Champions League football?
But he didn't want Champions League football before when Chelsea was leading the race. And
yeah, that was last year when Bayern Munich went.
No. That was like a month, like 2-3 weeks ago.
Wait. But where's your knowledge that he didn't want Champions League a month ago?
Because you were leading the race based on the reports. Why do you believe the reports only from one side?
No. I read those reports. That would imply Bayern Munich probably wasn't as strong as they were.
Bayern Munich were not in for him.
That's my point.
So that means he didn't have that option of a Champions League before.
Exactly. So when the option came in, I want Champions League, I'm taking it. He wants to leave. So the clubs who are offering him to leave, Chelsea are offering him Palmer, good money, better than United structure, better than Newcastle's right now. Finish higher than both, by the way. Then he's going to choose that option. With Bayern Munich to come in and gazump us, they're a better option than us. It's survival of the fittest. They're just better than us. Before they came in, he was like, I want Champions League, but you know what? All these clubs here don't have Champions League. I'll choose the best one. Bayern Munich come in with Champions League, same money, more money, sorry. He's going to go there. 220k in Bayern Munich, 180k in Chelsea. Conference League in Chelsea. Bayern
By the
Munich,
way, it's
200.
200. And by the way, it's actually 220 euros. That's what Bayern are offering.
Regardless, though, we would have to pay more money than them anyway. So this is what I'm saying, man. Like, obviously, everyone's doing their job, doing the rival thing. People asking loaded questions. I get, not you, Mo. In general, I get it. Mo just asked me a question.
I'm really
Says,
trying to understand the situation, but believe it or not,
you're saying to me, it's all about the money. There's many different ways to make money in business. Yes, two things can be true. They want to flip players, but they also do want to make our team successful.
Do you know how much money Bayern paid for
just because we're the first club to do it in the Premier League for a long time? It's very weird. It's like, rah, why are you buying youngsters trying to flip them? You don't buy Enzo to flip. He costs 120 million. That makes 0 sense.
Yeah, you don't buy him to
Caicedo to flip. He costs 115 million. Who's buying Caicedo for 250 million? He's not Neymar. Like, he's not. So those players aren't to flip. They're just for the team. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's many ways to make like money in football, and they've decided to go through a few different routes. And one of them is buying young talent who are really young, and some of them you'll flip on, some of them you keep. The cream rises to the top. The ones who are good will stay. The ones who are bad will get sold. That's it. People aren't used to that. So it's, it has to be all for profit. They don't want to see your club. It makes more sense for them to be successful because they'll earn more money that way. If they're leaving in 8 years' time, they're more likely to increase the value of the asset if the players are good and if the team's doing well, rather than flipping players. That's what I'm saying. It's like people say to me, "Oh, they're just here for money and they're trying to flip your players," and that's about it. It makes more sense for them to keep our squads, cream rise to the top, and then make money at the end of 8 years' time. Increase it by a few billion. By winning, by doing the stadium, by improving the players.
For me, to be honest, I'm looking at this. And by the way, the fee for Olise, Fabrizio report, is only £45 million, just to let you know.
For them, yes. For us, it would have been higher.
For us, it would have been higher. For you, sorry, for Chelsea, would have been much, much higher. He agreed a 5-year contract. My point about this is that expectations change. If you have Olise, forget that Olise, you got Olise or not. Do your expectations change since you're not getting Olise?
No, because wait to the end of the window to see. I'm saying I do.
That's not an indication.
I really do feel like just because 1 minute it was Chelsea look a bit dangerous with Olise.
You look dangerous with Olise, to be honest.
That's what I'm saying.
Footballing wise, you look very dangerous.
Olise, Tosin, players coming back. Everyone was like, "Ooh, Maresca's got a good style of football." It looks like obviously he's unknown. Yes. Now we don't get Olise. It's the complete other spectrum. Chelsea are finished. Be worried.
I never said you're finished.
Not you. Mo's being objective. Not Mo for the comments in it.
But I said you're 40% more dangerous with Olise in the squad. Was called Palmer and you signed a striker. And
the gap's not 40%. He's not Neymar. He's not Hazard. The gap's not 40%. Yeah, it would have been a good player to come in, very proven. I'd have been very happy with him to play right wing, but it's not a 40% increase from being a good team and not. That's where Mo. That's where people.
I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna give you a percentage. Okay, so me and you, or not me and you. I think me and Ziad and someone else spoke about this, and people in the chat know what I'm talking about. I told people that Chelsea will only sign 2 forwards. They said no. When you were looking at Duran and Olise, I told them it's gonna be Olise and Duran only. These are the 2 forwards you're gonna sign. No. We're signing another experienced striker. Now the club said you're gonna sign two forwards only, right? Am I wrong? 2 forwards only.
Winger and striker. Yeah.
One of them will be a youngster in Duran or the other guy from Atletico Madrid that doesn't look like it's happening. So it might be Duran, right? So you're gonna go next season with Jackson and someone else, which is a youngster, an understudy for the understudy. I am looking from outside. I'm totally against that. I think you should get an experienced striker, someone better than Duran. Right? Duran has 400 minutes. It's too much risk. And not every youngster is going to be called Palmer, by the way. By the way, everyone, and I'm just going to tell you this, everyone had the right to doubt the Cole Palmer signing. In hindsight now, you look at it and you think, Yeah, it looked good. This guy, Cole Palmer, had 600 minutes in the Premier League overall, by the way. For you to rely on him all season, right, that was a risk. And it paid off, but it was a risk. Our point that big clubs don't take risks. Olise was not a risk. Am I wrong? Olise was not. Is that over 90 games for Crystal Palace in the Premier League, about 100 games with Swansea City or something like that, or 660, 17 games. You signing Duran, right? It's too much risk. You're not signing an experienced winger. That is too much risk. This is what I'm saying. You might be just standing still with Maresca or going backwards. Because Pochettino has more experience than Maresca. You might be going back. If you go with the same squad, does Duran improve your squad, Shez?
Has different profile, but it's hard if he doesn't perform and we're going.
It's not if. Do you think he improves your squad? Looking at what he did.
For depth wise, he does, because we don't have another striker other than Jackson. So I'm saying for depth, he does. But based on what I've seen of him, it's a small sample size. It's not good enough for me to say he's going to improve our squad.
Thank you. That's it. It's not good enough. It's not a big enough sample for us to say.
Yeah, okay. It could be a Palmer. Like, he's really good for us.
Yeah, he can come in and be like,
oh, what a waste of money.
Yes. Thank you. At least you're honest about this, because people are like, no, we have been scouting him for a year. A lot of people say, we have been scouting this guy for a year. He's great. He's going to come in and be great. My point about it, you can be standing still from last season, Shez.
So I'm saying you're making assumptions.
No, I'm making assumptions based on givens, Shez. I have givens, and I'm making assumptions based on the givens. I'm studying what happened in the history, and I'm trying to make assumptions based on.
Yeah. So history of what? The season we finished 12th.
Season you finished last season, just last season.
So I'll go back further. Yeah, the season we finished 12th, we had a mixed match squad, Graham Potter, new ownership, weird transfer policy, a lot of clusters, not a lot of it making sense. Last year, summer was a massive improvement. Certain targets they were going for, younger players, decent wages, lower the wage structure. Got rid of Koulibaly. Remember Mo? Koulibaly, Kante's, Kovacic. Remember that? That was last year. Got rid of Havertz, got rid of Mount for 130 million combined. Good business, right? Finished 6th, so you improved.
You're talking a lot of business, Shez.
No, I'm just saying. We finished footballing wise, we finished 6th, 5 points behind 4th, with a manager, in my opinion, that could have done an extra percentage more. Done an extra 10% more, I think we're in Champions League or Europa League. Put it at that.
Could have, yes.
So my point. So it wasn't far off, man. That's what I'm saying. It's not like crazy. What I'm saying is mad. So I've actually seen an improvement. You're assuming I'm going to get 58 injuries in the season. The manager's going to be negligent. The ownership's not going to make the right signings again. And all of these assumptions have to remain the same for me to finish 6th again. We're going to stagnate. The only way we stagnate is these things continue to be the same.
I actually think I think, Shez, to be honest with you, if you don't make good signing, I think you go backwards.
So exactly. So you're
why I say that? There's a reason why I say that, Shez. It's not me speaking out of my ass. The reason why I say you go backwards because Maresca is a championship manager. He won the championship. He won the championship with Leicester, who is a very good team and arguably the best team in the championship. He doesn't have the experience of Pochettino. Even though Pochettino made mistakes, there are no guarantees that Maresca will not even make more mistakes. Actually, the indications say that Maresca will be way less experienced than Pochettino in the Premier League. We have seen Vincent Kompany get relegated. We have seen Daniel Farke get relegated with Norwich after winning the championship. We have not seen a lot of managers coming from the championship and do better than when they did, especially at a big.
Where was Ange last season?
Hold on, especially at a big club. It is a difference.
Where was Ange before he went Spurs?
Tell me. But I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you now. I'm going to answer you. Ange was in the Scottish League. Me before the season. But hold on. I don't know before that. Hold on. The point is, Shez, you are basing it on hope. Was Ange Postecoglou? Did Ange Postecoglou overachieved based on the expectations? 100%. A lot of Spurs fans said that we don't know who's this manager. He doesn't have enough experience to coach in the Premier League, a top club. Shez, you are basing your conclusion on the fact that this can be the exception. The rule is, the logical choice is, and I'm not going to go back into Maresca, the same squad over last year with a way less experienced manager than Pochettino, a manager that only coached in the Champions League, in the Championship, I'm sorry, coming to a big club like Chelsea, it will collapse. This is the logic. By the way, the logic dictates that. Anything, if by the way,
your logic isn't it's not got variables. It's just no. Your logic doesn't have variables. It's just A, B, C, D, E. There's no context, no variables. We had 50,
logic works.
We had the most injuries in Europe.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it one more time. We had the most injuries.
Newcastle had more injuries than you, just to let you know, by the way.
No, bro. Much or muchness, 2 less, 2 more.
Don't worry about it. Okay, go ahead. You had a lot of injuries.
We've had a lot more than a lot. We've had like astronomical amount of injuries. Okay,
right.
We haven't seen James, Lavia, Nkuku, Jackson, Sterling all playing the same pitch. Fofana, Chilwell. I haven't even seen my best 11 on the pitch the whole year. But then you're assuming that's going to stay the same.
No, I'm not looking at the players. I'm looking mainly at the manager and the same team.
Let me tell you what you said was
the team. The team and the manager shows.
Yeah, yes, you said the team. This is what your word was. From what I saw last season, and you're an experienced coach, I can only see you going backwards if you don't make the right signings. That's what you said. So your point was, based off my eye test of the last 38 games, based off Poch being an experienced manager, you finished 6th. Because you have a less manager and your squad's the same, therefore you're going to downgrade. That logic makes sense, but logic doesn't apply in the context. Context will help the logic make sense. The context is, I'm going to have more players in the squad, i.e. transfer window. I should be getting better players if the transfers make sense. Like the Olises, even the Somervilles, for example, who's a highly rated player.
Somerville.
He's a highly rated player. Liverpool going for him. He's not a good player anymore.
That's the difference. When Somerville is linked to Liverpool, do you know what HUSAM did? HUSAM said this: why are we signing a Championship player?
Well, not
Liverpool Football Club.
Is he a football director?
No, he's not. He's not. But that's his opinion. But I'm going to tell you the difference. I'm going to tell you the difference. Me as a fan, if I support Inter and I'm signing the best player in the Serie B, which is the 2nd division in Italy, I'll be like, why are Inter signing players from the Championship? I don't care if you're the best player in the Championship. I don't give a shit. You're a Championship player. There is a step between me. Okay, for Chelsea, I'm going to speak as I'm a Chelsea fan. Okay, if I'm a Chelsea fan, and I'm going to assume I'm a Chelsea fan, I'm going to treat Chelsea like Inter. Why I'm signing the best player in the Championship? Why I'm signing that guy? That guy should first go to a mid-table club, then jump to Chelsea. That's how I would treat Chelsea, by the way.
No, we sidetracked massively. That I wasn't trying to make some people sound like a hype signing.
Yeah, but that's why I said Olise would have made a difference, because Olise.
I know, but you said 40. I'm going to use this against you now.
Go ahead. Yes.
40% difference.
Yes, in the offensive line. Yes, in the. I can explain it. No, I'm going to explain it to you.
That's hyperbolic nature. 40%.
Okay, I'm going to explain it to you. 40% in the offensive line. Yes. I'm gonna tell you.
Now I'm adding context. See how context matters?
No. I literally said that. I literally said we only spoke about the forward line, Shez. We only spoke about the forward line. I told you, Olise, Jackson, and Nkunku, Palmer is so different, right? Without him than with him. He literally improves your forward line by 40%. Does he or does he not? Does he or does he not?
I don't know. How do you
semantics? 40, 30, but forget the 40%.
Just say this: he would improve our attack. I don't know why we didn't.
Yes, he improved your attack. Yeah, I think he would improve your attack a lot, right?
So I agree with that. But what I'm trying to say was, the original point was, it's just back to Somerville thing and the manager and all that stuff.
Somerville.
Maresca coming in is the unknown. For example, Arteta is not doing well right now. Not because he's a crap coach. He's not winning anything. And
Arteta is not doing well.
No, in terms of the metric of winning. He's doing well coaching-wise. I just said that. Coaching, players for development, bringing the team together, he's doing sick. And I said Arsenal in the league next season. So that many times on the stream, every stream. But when he came in, they finished 8th and 8th. But guess what kept him in the job? The FA Cup and the style of football. Because even though the players were crap, People can see a style. They backed him.
Who are you talking about? So we just disagree.
No. I'm saying, you know, Arteta came in with no experience. The only reason why he stayed in the job,
He didn't have. By the way, he didn't have a style of play. By the way.
No, bro. In the first, what do you mean? In the FA Cup,
bro, the guy, he won the FA Cup. The guy had played.
No. I'm talking about 2 seasons. He finished 8 back to back. The second season,
he didn't have the greatest style of play at all. By the way, it
was
3 at the back game, 2 at the back, 4 at the back.
No, this way you're wrong. In the first season, they were very pragmatic football. They won the cup. The second season, he tried to expand. The players weren't good enough. They finished 8th. That's when everyone else.
That's what the style of play. They played 3 at the back, bro. With Kieran Tierney left centre back. Do you remember that?
Why did Arsenal keep him? Please tell me.
I'm gonna tell you because they had a plan. They believed in him. They believed in him. I'm gonna tell you the difference. They said we believe in you to clear out the deadwood, and then you're gonna create a style of play. 3rd season in, he started doing something.
Cool. Even you know what? Let's go with that metric.
Anyway, don't worry about it.
I
think we're dwelling on something that is not.
Yeah, we're telling. My point wasn't even about Arteta per se. It's more like Maresca coming in as the unknown. We were extremely underestimating how the team was playing last season. This is why when you made the estimation of, we're going to go from 6th, and I think you get worse, Ches, if you don't get the right time. I'm like, slow down. You're completely washing over the fact we had loads of injuries, completely washing over the fact Poch made loads of bad decisions. You watched the Carabao Cup final. I was there. That was managerial.
And Conor Gallagher slots it in, you are FA Cup champion.
So I'm saying, don't interrupt with these kind of like points. What I'm trying to say is you're looking at.
He made mistakes only in extra time, but in the 90 minutes, he coached a good game.
I'm looking at the whole game.
He coached the game, bro. In 90 minutes, he coached the winning. He made a mistake he was a coward. He didn't want to lose.
Oh, yeah, cool. Even if, let's say you do say that then. The team was up.
No, but that's the reality. I'm not going to change what I said. In the 90 minutes, he coached the win, 100%.
Let's just say they're inexperienced and the coach only made a few bad decisions. The team will learn. That's why you've got a young team, they'll learn.
And you got rid of him, and instead of the team learning from him, you got rid of him, and you got somebody else.
Players themselves will learn for next season. This is the problem. When I'm right, and Chelsea aren't as crap as everyone says, I'm going to wait for the excuses.
But that's
Ches,
I don't do this. I don't do this. I'm a logical person. I don't do this. I'm not here to collect receipts. You're not going to collect receipts from me, Ches.
No, not from you.
Me and you forget the chat. Me and you doing a show solo together to come up with a conclusion that is logical. When we do Rivals Rumble, we can all banter each other, right? But now, logically speaking, Maresca is way less experienced than Pochettino. I give you the injury thing. Maybe you're going to have more fit squad. But the fact that you didn't... Forget the chat. You're reading the chat again. Forget the chat.
No, I clicked on the...
Forget the chat. Listen to me. Just listen to me before we end, because the Portugal game is about to start. My point about this is Maresca, on paper, has to be a worse coach than Pochettino. If he turns out to be better, that is the surprise. That is the outlier. Do we agree with the statement?
So what better, to experience or tactics?
In everything, Habibi, in everything. Like, Pochettino has years and years of experience in a top flight teams,
so
like Paris Saint-Germain.
You're saying more tactic. You're saying more
tactically.
So you're saying tactically, Maresca will be worse than Pop. Is that what you're saying?
On paper, it should be, yes.
No. I'm asking you what you think, because you're making a prediction.
I think on paper, yeah, but I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. Maybe Maresca will come in and be a genius.
We both don't know. Why exactly? Everybody, if we both don't know, why after one Olise choosing Bayern Munich has all of a sudden this narrative?
Because okay. If Chelsea go on, I'm going to explain it. You asked me a question, so let me answer. You asked me a question, so let me answer, Habibi. Let me answer. The point about it is that, is Olise an indication on how this summer will go for Chelsea? It might be. If the next target, Chelsea go and offer some money, let's say anyone, if Chelsea go and offer some money and you cannot compete with Liverpool, let's go for Somerville. I'm going to go with your guy, Somerville. You go, you agree the same fees with Leeds. You don't have Champions League. Liverpool have Champions League, right? These are the two differences. You offer the same money. Why would he choose you over Liverpool? What's the reason?
The project, the same way Caicedo did.
Okay, he wants Champions League as well.
No, but if he wants Champions League, then that's his premise. Caicedo.
But okay, so logically speaking, do you think players will want Champions League or no?
It depends what player. If we're talking about Olise,
Okay, logically speaking, Shez, answer the question.
Logically speaking, no.
Yeah.
You're not letting me answer the question.
Yes.
Is Olise better than Somerville?
Yes.
Is Olise
Yes.
one of the top Premier League prospects in the league?
Yes, 100%.
Is the Premier League better than the Championship?
Yeah. Yes.
So I'm not going to compare chalk and cheese. Somerville and Olise's incentives are very different. My man's coming from Leeds in the Championship. Chelsea upgrade is massive. Olise going from Chelsea to Bayern is a gap, but it's not a massive gap. But the small gap is a big difference.
Hold on. You genuinely think that the gap between you and Bayern are much bigger than the gap between you and Liverpool?
I just said the gap.
No, I try to understand this.
Yeah, the gap is smaller between us and Bayern, obviously, because we're bigger clubs. But the small gap that was in between is the Champions League. Because we can offer the same money. London's attractive as Germany. The team on paper, theirs much better than ours. But our team's exciting. You can say technical. Messi's coming in. You can sell it to him. Technical team, But the big difference, elephant in the room is, oh yeah, but we don't have Champions League.
Okay, what about Liverpool then? What about Liverpool? Yes. Yeah, go ahead. Now apply this to Somerville then.
Yeah, Somerville, this is Somerville. You go from Championship, Leeds, to Liverpool for Champions League. Their managers unknown. But they got solid players in there.
And by the way, Vincent Kompany is unknown.
And Mo, we heard from HUSAM and all Liverpool fans, they're not trying to challenge for the league. They don't think they're challenging for the league. And we expect them to, but a lot of Liverpool fans, even as Sam was saying, we're not challenging for the league. We finished third. Cool. So Chelsea have expectations to finish fourth. So Champions League, same way. So although they might be in it already, you can offer the same money to someone who won't be asking for 250k. Obviously not. The transfer fees are a lot less.
Okay.
There's very little difference between us and Liverpool. The only difference is literally the Champions League. Bayern compared to Chelsea and Liverpool is very different. They got better players than both
hold
clubs.
on. I want to get the statement correct so I can debate it or debunk it.
Yeah.
You're saying that the difference between Chelsea and Liverpool is much smaller than the difference between Chelsea and Bayern Munich. That's what you just said. Okay. Yeah. So you think there is a big difference between Bayern Munich and Liverpool at the current moment? So if a player is between Bayern Munich and Liverpool, more likely than not, they will choose Bayern Munich. This is what you're saying.
If it wasn't Chelsea going for Olise and it was Liverpool, I would not be surprised if he did the same thing he did with us. Offer the same money. Liverpool's is a bit crap. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But you know what? You got.
By the way, I completely disagree with you. I think Liverpool are more attractive at the current moment. Liverpool more attractive than Bayern Munich.
How are they? How more attractive is Slot? They're not.
Actually, Slot is more attractive than Vincent Kompany. What are you talking about?
No, bro. You're talking.
See, here you go. I'm debating your point, Shez. I'm debating your point. Arne Slot, as a manager, is more attractive than Vincent Kompany, who got relegated last season and who doesn't have the experience. Arne Slot has more pull than Vincent Kompany. Number one. Number two. I'm gonna tell you. Number. You disagree with you? You disagree?
I'll tell you what.
You think Vincent Kompany has bigger pull than Arne Slot?
You're talking about specifically the manager. I'm talking about the club.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna.
You're talking about the manager.
Chess. I'm gonna go one step at a time. I'm talking about the club as well. You think the club in Germany? Okay, so number one. So let's agree on stuff first, or disagree. Do you agree Arne Slot by himself is more attractive than Vincent Kompany, or no? That only the manager only.
That only. Not really. I think
not really.
It's equal. It's not like Slot's bigger. I'll give you equal. We can agree on equal.
So you think Vincent Kompany is equal than Arne Slot? So you think Liverpool could have hired Vincent Kompany?
Dutch league. Do you think the Dutch league is better than Championship?
100%, yeah.
No, that's where we disagree.
I'll tell you why. Because the champion. I'm telling you why. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm not gonna just answer it like in the air, right? I'm just gonna tell you why.
Yeah, give me logic.
The Dutch manager, the people that coach the top clubs in the Dutch league, coach in Europe. So it's not only that they coach in the Eredivisie, they play in Europe as well. So they play the likes of Real Madrid, they play the likes of Fiorentina, Lazio, they play the likes of Chelsea, the likes of Man United, the likes of Newcastle in Europa League. You know what I mean? The championship managers only play championship teams. And by the way, the football in championship is completely different than top flights, and you know that. I know that you went to championship games on the ground. You know that the football in the championship is completely different. The football in Netherlands or Germany or Italy or Spain, you can say basically it's much closer to each other, these leagues, than the championship to the Premier League. So we agree. This is why I'm saying an Eredivisie manager is better than a championship manager, without a shadow of a doubt in my mind.
Cool. Yeah, let's just say
like final
yeah.
or LZ Alkmaar or Ajax. I'm not talking about the lower teams in the
division.
anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly. You get my point here, right?
I get your point. Let's just say, just for your argument's sake, Slot is better than Company, but in every other facet, Liverpool cannot outdo you. The club size, in terms of what they're trying to achieve, they're going for a league next season and the Champions League. I don't think Liverpool are going for either.
I'm gonna actually. They're going for
Don't
the league in
objectively, you
Germany.
can't objectively disagree with that.
I literally will disagree
favorites
with
for the
this.
league next season.
I will literally disagree with this. For the league, yes, but Vincent Company in the Champions League, Liverpool have a bigger chance next season of winning the Champions League than Bayern Munich.
Based off the players.
Based on the players, number one. Based on the coaches, I think the coach is better. So the players are better at Liverpool than Bayern Munich. If Liverpool play Bayern Munich next season, I actually would pick Liverpool to win. Vincent Company versus Arne Slot.
Yeah, I agree with that. But guess what? That doesn't disprove
exactly.
my point.
So in the champion, so the league is different.
But if you're going to Olise, you're more likely to win a Champions League with Liverpool, but you're also likely to win a Champions League with Bayern, and you're very likely to win the league. So it's still better because your chance of winning 2, 3, 4 trophies at Bayern Munich, you're less likely than Liverpool to win Champions League because you're still likely, you're still a favourite. And with you to the team, we could definitely boost that up 40%. I would say. So my thing is, Olise is only choosing Man City, in my opinion. That's the only team he would choose. So going back to Somerville, if we're saying Somerville, you can go Conference League or not. You can play in Europe with Chelsea. You can get decent money with us. 8-year contract, technical squad, compete with Sterling and Mudryk for that left wing position. You probably start because you'll be looking at Mudryk going, I'm better than him. I'm better than Sterling right now. Yeah. Liverpool, you're playing in the Champions League. Are you better than Diaz? Maybe. But again, we're aspiring to have the same targets as Liverpool. Their target is probably what? Top 4 on the trophy. Chelsea's also top 4 on the trophy. So the only difference would be you're in the same league. The only difference is they're playing in Champions League right now, and we're not. Whereas Bayern Munich can offer a lot more than both. A league, likely to win Champions League, the cups, better squads, everything. And Bayern Munich have a better squad than Liverpool. No matter what anybody says, they just do. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying.
Anyway, listen, people, the game is about to start. Listen, Chez's channel is in the description. We need to get him more subscribers, people. Please hit that like button for the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, of course. Let's get to 200 likes, so over 300 people here. And listen, people, we're about to watch the game. I want to thank everybody that tuned in, supported the channel. Thank you, Chez. I like this conversation. It was back and forth. Absolutely fantastic. Loved it. And guys, stay on the stream. Don't go anywhere. It will take you to HUSAM's watch along for Turkey and Portugal. This is going to be a fantastic game. I can't wait to watch it. We'll see you guys on the other side. And we are out of here, people.